Dear poor people, what is up with Bill Maher?
Because it must be pointed out that when the evil governor of Florida was saying the exact same thing about kids and creepy stuff at Disney that liberals now find intolerable at Nickelodeon, he was dismissed as a hick and a bigot. But why would a kids' content factory like Disney be all that different than the one at Nickelodeon? A 2014 CNN report discovered that at least 35 Disney employees had been arrested for sex crimes against children, and in 2021, Disney child star Allison Stoner confessed she only narrowly survived the toddler to train wreck pipeline. The next year, child star Cole Sprouse told the New York Times that young actresses at the Disney Channel were heavily sexualized from an early age. You know, Willie Sutton said he robbed banks because that's where the money is. DeSantis wasn't wrong, but we're so tribal now, the left will overlook child if the guy from the wrong party calls it out. Get this, after Brian Peck, who was one of the lead creeps at Nickelodeon, served 16 months in prison for the molesting he did there, Disney hired him, naturally to work on a children's series. Oh, for pedophiles in Hollywood, it's a small world after all. Maybe it's time to admit that sometimes Drag Queen Story Hour is more for the queen than the kids. Sure, kids love a clown, but does the clown have to have tits? And when I see a 5-year-old tipping at a bar under a sign that says it's not going to lick itself, do I have to pretend that's cool in order to keep my liberal ID card? Sorry, I can't do that.
Okay, everyone, listen, I understand. First of all, let me start by saying I like Bill Maher. I do. I think he's funny. I think he's very smart. I think he's witty. I have on occasion enjoyed the show. And if he would like me to come on the show, I'm happy to go. So this is not about Bill Maher, but it is about people who are in Bill Maher's position. And shout out to Dave Rubin, who apparently every Monday has to go, and we're on Bill Maher watch in the hopes that Bill Maher will make one further step in his transition. And apparently Bill Maher and others are on a transition, and they are not the road to perdition. Now they're apparently on the road to reasonable. This is how low the expectations are. We're just happy if we can get somebody to reasonable. So, okay, that's fine. Reasonable, I guess, is described as center right or right of center. I think of it as common sense Americans, but if that's fine. And while we're happy, the reason we have to talk about Bill Maher, while we are happy that he's on the road to reasonable, and maybe as a society we will all benefit in the same way Saul benefited on his epiphany on the road to Damascus. Maybe something similar will happen to Bill Maher, and we're happy for that. But here's the problem. The problem for me and other common sense Americans or conservatives or center right folks or right of center folks, whatever it is that you all are calling us these days. The problem for us is you want the invitation to the proverbial conservative cookout without having said that you're sorry. And that may have flown in the past. You know, there's a saying on this side of the fence, and the saying is that being liberal means never having to say you're sorry. And that may be true in the past, but that no longer flies. That's the old liberals. That's the old conservatives. We don't do that here. There's going to have to be some contrition. There is going to have to be an apology. And I'll tell you why. Here's the point of the apology. We are demanding apology, not just, although I'm sure some of this will happen, and I hope that I have the strength to resist it, not just so we can say, I told you so, and because you deserve the I told you so, but because something important happens, something very critical happens when you apologize, when you express true remorse. When you express true remorse and admit that you are wrong and are reflective on your behavior, what that does is it makes you reticent. It makes you cautious the next time you feel so very sure of yourself to stop and slow your roll a little bit and think, you know what? I should be a little bit careful because I might be wrong. And that's what happens for you. That is a benefit to you when you are truly sorry and you can truly express remorse. On the other side of that, the person who's receiving the apology, they get something as well. And what that does for us, those of us who want to receive this apology, what that does is it lets us know, wait, this is someone who has reflected on their behavior, who really realizes that they were wrong and wants to make a change. And it allows me now to be in the position where I can trust you, when I can see you as someone who's dealing in good faith. And therefore, with my next time that I associate with you, I can be trusting. So that apology works both ways. It gives something to you. It gives you an element of caution because it gives you a moment to reflect on how sure you were and how wrong you were. You were strong and wrong. And it also gives me protection because it says to me, go ahead and associate with this person again. And you can trust that they're dealing in good faith and that they're honorable in these dealings because they have said that they were sorry. So that leaves us where we are today. We're very, very happy. We hope that your journey is going well. Bill Maher and the others who are joining you on the road to reasonable, we're glad to see it happen. But until we get an actual apology and we get some confirmation and the protection that we deserve and need, the invitation to the proverbial cookout has been rescinded. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for joining me on this video, and come back and join me on some other videos very soon. Bye-bye.